Hello, how are you? My name is Cardel. I am the director and designer of the pavilion named Somos Agua, which in English it would be We Are Water. This pavilion was commissioned for the Laboratorio Central del Control de Calidad del Agua, which is the laboratory of water control quality in Mexico City. At first, we were hired to make an abstract proposal without looking into the space before the architects get involved into the place. Our proposals were also using glass, reflections. We have an idea of a cylinder concept of interactive 360 installation. We were also hired to make 4 more options of experiences, which some of them were playful to kids using tubes of water. We have an idea of a model with a augmented reality application, and we also have an idea of a LED with real-time data visualization. But we needed to look into the space to really know what we were gonna do. So after it was approved, our abstractions, we went into the space to look to what was happening, and the architecture remodelation was very advanced. The place was abandoned a few years ago, and now it was a great proposal of a very well architect from Mexico City. And in this proposal that he made, he played with glass squares, with glass cubes, which were the main rooms above the pipelines of the laboratory. And our place was the center, which was a lobby area mainly, but then it became the pavilion. It was around 34 square meters. And after looking into the space, we made a new proposal based on the space. We have this idea of 360 construction installation for mapping, projection, and interactive audiovisual experience. We also have this idea of the model of Mexico City based on a 1,000 meter scale. Thanks to an idea of our boss, the contractor, instead of the LED, he had an idea to project on water, but because of the light that entered a lot in the place, we have to figure it out. So we came up with a fountain that has a glass with a retroprojective film, and because we didn't have the budget to get a 24,000 lumen projector, we were going to mix 4 8,000 projectors with mapping and mixing techniques, which give us around 14,000 quality projection. When we developed the idea, we have a concept of a shell made of acrylic glass and square panels that they were in a color palette of red and blacks to block the light that was hitting the water screen and the model, so the app and the projection could work well. But unfortunately, because the construction company lowered the budget again, they refused to build that. So we have to improvise using the windows to cover the light. The project was about to be finished in 2020, but because of COVID, it was delayed. So the model was finished in December 2020. The app was almost ready. We have the data being collected since August 2020. And the animations for the water screen and the 360 experience were also in development, almost at 85% around December 2020. We were following a very specific chronogram of budget, and weekly the money was gathered to pay for all the designers, the engineers, and the company that hired us were in charge of the construction of the fountain and the cylinder. Then around February 2021, we have the deadline to deliver the project in 1 month. Although the company didn't build already the installations, it was a huge task to be able to work together as they were building the cylinder and the fountain. Was a very difficult experience. We at least need to have the settings and the installations 2 weeks before. But the implementation was great. We installed all the sensors, we did some tests, the projectors were placed, the application was working perfect. After building all the installations, we were also in charge of doing the museography, which we hired a company, and I was just placing some ideas. I didn't get too much into details of it because I was working a lot on the 3 experiences already. But what we agreed was playing with a new experience to the intro of the museum, which was using light and projection into aluminum on the floor to see on the ceiling the concept of water. Also, we worked with a photographer that he shoot people in Xotepingo, which is a very well-known place in Mexico City, that it makes reference to how was Mexico City founded, when it was called Tenochtitlan with the Aztecs before the Spanish came to colonize. We have some problems with the water projection. The media server was very expensive, so we use a Mac Pro, but the video cards of Mac didn't work, so we have to use finally constructed customized PC. And finally, in June 2021, the experiences were finished. They were working automatic. We deliver manuals for the people who's in charge to be able to use them by themselves and not be worried about like technical problems, etc., or to contact us. But if they need assistance, we are connected through special software to have remote access and control to the experiences. Right now, the place is having the last construction details finished, and it will be open to the public very soon. Thank you for this, and thank you for all the people involved in the project. They were working around 80 people, the constructors, the builders that have to build everything in 1 week were amazing. All the engineers and animators that work on it was also amazing. The dancers and the choreography of the wire projection that was in charge of a very well-known dancer in Mexico City, Raúl Tamés, also were amazing. I hope that it will be a huge inspiration for for many people, for childs who were the main target when we planned the project. I'm against talking about artificial experiences rather than to people to live them by themselves. So thank you very much, and I hope you like Somos Agua. We are water in Mexico City.